did you know until relatively recently what a huge role intel agencies, foreign and domestic, played in the life of our country, not just the political life, but the civic life, the cultural life? Did you know that?
No, and it reminds me of what you said a little earlier in this conversation about not being aware of what's going on around you because you're steeped in it, of course. And I worked for a corporate intelligence firm that was founded by all former spooks. And
who I knew personally.
Yes.
Good guys.
Great guys.
Excellent shots, too. We hunted with them.
Holy smokes, were they? Yeah. And also one of them died like the best death ever. Had grandchildren. His children were married. Walked out of on K Street, out of his accountant's office, having received good news, and had a massive life-ending heart attack there on K Street.
Across from the prime rib.
Yeah, at like 76.
Yeah.
I mean.
He was a great man.
He was a great man.
But intel guy.
Great intel guy. Sorry, I think it's also important to mention, my attitude has changed like so many because of COVID, but even a little bit before that, I just had taken it on faith that we had a good government that was well-meaning, that makes mistakes, but that was answerable to the people. I actually always thought that growing up. Yep. I generally didn't think what I heard from the government was a lie. I didn't think it was a manipulative lie. I remember, the most important thing that went on in our lives as we were growing up, the most important enduring conflict was the Iron Curtain and communism. And I remember talking with you and others all the time about those poor people who live in the Soviet Union who have no access to real news. They have TASS and they have Izvestia, Pravda. And they don't have the freedom to go to church. And obviously their economy sucks because it's managed by a government and that never works. But really, they didn't have access to accurate information.
Right.
They had no access to any real news. And further, they had been taught as a society terrible things about America and Americans. And specifically, we used to also talk after the Iron Curtain came down, had the same attitude about North Korea. Like, here are these poor, emaciated captives who can't leave their own country, who think these terrible and untrue things about Americans. And it was only a couple of years ago that I suddenly realized I had this epiphany. We're fucking North Korea. We are North Koreans. And so much of what the government has told us throughout our lives about big events and small events are simply not true. Not just massaged, but like 180 degrees from truth and reality. Once you have that realization, it's very unsettling and dispiriting, I think, and scary. And obviously the election of 2020 brought it into focus, all of the suppression of Twitter and the New York Post piece from Miranda Devine on Hunter Biden, and all the false news about masks and the vax and everything else. I mean, the list is endless and could go on and on. But no, to answer your question, I was not aware of it. I didn't pay attention to it. I didn't suspect it. And I really had no reason to suspect it, actually, because life was different even a decade ago in America and certainly in Washington. And now it seems a certain air of desperation or something that they're clamping down to such an aggressive degree, even with Trump in the White House, which I wish someone would explain to me. I have my theories. But anyway, and the fact that they used to be good liars, this is the thing I find the scariest, is they used to tell compelling, thought out, well-fashioned, plausible lies. And they no longer do that. Now it's just, hey, this is it. And you either accept it or shut the fuck up and we'll put you in prison or we'll take all your liberties away. And I do think it's akin to finding, the great debate. Are you going to look under the bed or are you going to jump across the room and leave the door? It's like, once you look under the bed, you might actually find the monster. And now it's clear that our government is the monster and the intelligence agencies are the monster. And once you've seen it, you can't really not unsee it.
Yes.
And that's really unsettling.
So nicely put. That's so nicely put. Yeah. That has been, I try to talk about it too much because it's obviously way too personal, but but the realization about the intel agencies has been one of the really big things for me. I can hardly even believe it. I can hardly believe it. I know that sounds stupid, but
it doesn't.
But it grows out of a totally different understanding of the U.S. government.
Yes.
And I always thought it was inefficient. And the problem with the U.S. government was we're a lot of lazy people with guaranteed jobs, and like big bureaucracies don't function very well. They just don't work. But the spirit that animates them, which is the spirit to protect and improve the country, is kind of unquestioned. They're not trying to subvert the country.
That's what I would think.
Or maybe at worst they don't care.
Right.
And occasionally you have a Soviet or Cuban spy, but that's like really far out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or some drunk FBI agent with having an affair who sells secrets because he needs the money, but like
human flaws.
Thank you, human flaws. But never that there'd be huge parts of this whole enterprise that are working to destroy the society. Like I'd never even occurred to me.
No, me either. But it's clear that that's what's going on.
It's clear.
Yeah.
It couldn't be clearer. And it's accelerating. It's not decelerating.
No.
So, yeah.
And it's demonic. It is. And I actually don't even understand why that obvious observation, that obvious conclusion makes people, I guess it's a religious question. I don't know why it makes people not just uncomfortable, it makes people super hostile if you mention that certain motivations are demonic and that there are demons among us. I think I've always known that. I've just known that. It's just obvious. I've known it my whole life.
It is obvious.
You don't have to be around. It's like being always, as our father always said, trust your dog sense. And you talk about it, everybody has it. All you have to do is pay attention to it. It doesn't even need to be that finely calibrated. I mean, if you have a weird feeling about a situation or about a person, you're probably right.
Yes. Trust it.
Yeah. Trust it.
It's not random.
No, not at all. And every human has also had weird, out of the blue impulses to do things that go against their nature. And all the time, this happens to me. Thank God. It happens to me a lot, especially when I'm out in nature with my dogs. It's where I can clear my head. It's where I can relax and think.
Yes.
Away from my phone. I get all sorts of unbidden, unsolicited thoughts, impulses that I follow. Good things. Call this person, write this, do this.
Totally agree.
And if I didn't have that in my life, I would be a mess. I would be more of a mess. Whatever.
So it's not just,
it's not just demonic, and it's not just dark stuff.
That acts on us. It's right. God acts on us.
Yes, very much so.
So have I had the same experience, I guess my whole life, but I didn't recognize it for what it was until pretty recently.
Yeah.
And I certainly would never, as a WASP, I would never mention it. Because you're not, that's one thing you're not supposed to talk about your spiritual views, period. We've got a new partner. It's a company called Cowboy Colostrum. It's a brand that is serious about actual health, and the product is designed to work with your body, not against your body. It is a pure and simple product, all natural. Unlike other brands, Cowboy Colostrum is never diluted. It always comes directly from American grass-fed cows. There's no filler, there's no junk. It's all good. It tastes good, believe it or not. So before you reach for more pills for every problem that pills can't solve, we recommend you give this product, Cowboy Colostrum, a try. It's got everything your body needs to heal and thrive. It's like the original superfood, loaded with nutrients, antibodies, proteins, help build a strong immune system, stronger hair, skin, and nails. I threw my wig away and right back to my natural hair after using this product. You just take a scoop of it every morning in your beverage, coffee, or a smoothie, and you will feel the difference every time. For a limited time, people who listen to our show get 25% off the entire order. So go to cowboycolostrum.com, use the code Tucker at checkout, 25% off when you use that code Tucker at cowboycolostrum.com. Remember, you heard it here first. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. We hope you'll subscribe to it. And by the way, you can hit the little bell on there and get notifications every time we produce a video. We hope you'll do that also.